kind of like a creepy video, and so like of like 3 of ghost stories that I've had. Actually 4. Actually no, it's 3. Maybe I'll do another one in more episode, because I'm gonna start being like a story time channel, like a gaming channel, like, or a story time channel or something, and like me telling about like scary stories and stuff for a bit on my channel. Well, we'll start off with one of the creepiest ones. Well, when I was super young, like, I watched, because I was hanging out with someone that I used to live in an apartment with my mom, and there was this person that my mom ended up meeting. Me and her kid were best friends. Me and my mom was best friends with the grandma of the kid. The grandmother and me and the kid used to just play all the time. And I was like super young. Before I even made videos, like, I was playing on like Xbox 360 at the time and stuff. So and I ended up and while me and him were hanging out, I went to the bathroom, I think, or was asking my mom a question, and I looked and I saw this movie that she was watching. It was a scary movie, and I watched because I was just so interested in it. And it was The Conjuring, like a movie of like a haunted house, demons, and people being possessed. And then I was horrified of that at the time. Like, after I saw that, I was horrified. And then I was like, Mom, can we watch The Conjuring? And my mom, another night, and my mom was like, sure, yeah, because she didn't have a pop. Well, she has to feel scary. I lied and I said no, and it wasn't as scary. But then I moved into my grandmother's house, which me and my mom still live there, but we're gonna be moving out soon. Gonna be moving Florida, and this was like a year or 2 ago, and I went down in the basement to go and get the laundry, and I saw like a demon that looked like the demon from a scene where like this girl was sleepwalking. Then she walked over to her closet, like one of those closets that stand up, not the ones that are built into the wall, and like not the ones that are built into the wall, the ones that like you have to open up by the door. You can move them like wherever you want, and all those, that type. And then she kept on banging into it, and then I think his sister woke up from the banging, and then there was a demon that was on the top of it, and it jumped on her. Like, it had like one of those like night caps, like those sleeping caps, ugly face obviously, and it just jumped on her and attacked her. But then when the girl woke up, tried to help, it disappeared. And I went to get the laundry, and I was horrified of what I saw, because like, I saw something. Maybe it was my head messing with me, because I was always scared of the basement, and I still am. Like, who isn't scared of a basement? Like it was a dark basement, and I was horrified of it, because I was scared at the dark and stuff. Especially, like, I'm not scared of the dark anymore, but I'm scared of like the dark in like basements and dark areas. I'm scared of and all that. And it kept on just, like, it just kept on, and then it had the right thing. It was actually standing on top of our washing machine, and it was looking at the other side, and I just stood there. It felt like 5 minutes. It was actually a few seconds, and then I slammed the door, and I heard like a little bit of footsteps, and then I ran back upstairs, and I was like, it was horrifying. Like, just thinking about now, it makes me want to have a heart attack. And one of them is not that creepy, but like sometimes you have those things where like you're like someone you see. Actually, I'm gonna add the fourth one on this list because why not? It's a ghost story, and I ended up because I was I was talking to my mom I was talking to my mom, and then I looked, and in the corner of my eye, there was like my grandmother standing like in a pose, like where she was like one of her shoulders was leaning on the wall, and she had one of her hands like on her hip, like kind of like a superhero stance, but her knee, like her elbow was on the wall, leaning on a wall, and then she had one arm like in a superhero pose, not like where your arms are crossed, like the girl superhero pose and stuff, and I saw her doing that, and then when I looked all the way, it was gone, and she was wearing because she has her favorite pajamas, and they're dog pajamas. She loves these pajamas. Like, she absolutely loves them. But she's still alive. She's like 50 or something. 50 something. I think maybe soon. Like, she's either 50 or 60. She's either in her 50s or 60 years old. And it was pretty creepy. Because I didn't really know what to do at that point. I didn't know what to do. And I told my mom. She said she saw it too. And I was like, oh crap. And it was pretty creepy because, like, how wouldn't it be creepy? But the next one is a bit creepier. It's kind of sad. I might end up crying about it because my eyes have been watering like the whole time about thinking about this story. Actually, the two ones are pretty sad. So I don't really know if I want to share them right now. So I might just share them. Actually, I'm gonna share them. Maybe, like, it's kind of sad. Like, I'm really about crying. Well, this one's about, my mom, I have a Jaju who was in World War II, and he made it out of World War II. He survived. He was in the Navy, and I have a Jaju too. My mom's Jaju, and my mom's dad, which is my Jaju, and the other Jaju, which was gonna be my I forget, like my godfather or something, I don't remember, but and I was super young, and I was like 3 years old, and I cannot like imagine that I still remember this and what happened that day. Well, that night. Well, I was about to go sleep. My mom was, because I had a chair. She was holding me. I had a rocking chair in my bedroom, and she was sitting here holding me and reading me a story because I went to bed to stories. And we were enjoying it, and she was reading me the story, and I was listening to it. It was about, I forget what story it was, like, I cannot remember what story it was because I had loads of baby books. at the time, and so pretty much she was reading me the story, and it was about something, I don't know, and I was pretty like, and then I saw my my Jaju, well, my mom's Jaju in my closet bedroom. Like, I saw him in my closet waving to me, and I was, and it was like, and he'd been dead before I was born. Like, he died before I was born, so I never got to meet him in person. But I did, I guess, when I was young. I guess I did. When I was super young, I did. And he died like a bit before I was born. I had actually someone else in my family who was on my dad's side of the family. Who was on my dad's, like, someone who was with my dad on the family, and he ended up, like, she died a day before I was born. She died one day before I was born, which is crazy. So she died June 4th, 2010, which is kind of crazy to me because, but she was, I heard that she was so excited to see me, but she never really did. But that's just, but I saw my Jaju, well, I never saw my Jaju, but I did when I was super young. And I don't know if I should tell this story like the other one, but this was, like, this one is, like, super sad, like, same as my Jaju and all the other ones, except for the one with the demon. Obviously, that one's not scary, but it's not sad. But, like, the other one is sad because, like, all the people about my family members, like, were very important in my life. It's either I never met them, or I don't know if I should say it, which I remember, I remembered, what happened. Well, my Bobshu was married to, well, my Bobshu was married to my mom's Jaju, and she was pretty much, she was, and I remember the last time I visited her before she passed away. I remember when I walked in, I remember what she was doing. I remember everything. I remember what my last gift was from her. I remember what the last word she said, which I was like super young. Which, it was super sad. And, well, and there's another story about this too, but but I remember that she, went to get me, well, I remember going there with my mom, and it was right across from my school, and we actually had a field trip there. When I was in kindergarten, we had a field trip over there too, so we had a field trip over there, so, but, we had a field trip over there, singing Jingle Bells, and not the end, and we had in front of the old people, but, well, this is a story before, I'm telling the story, like, this is some things that I remember, but my Bobshu wasn't there. It was the same place, which I hated because it was sad that, like, it's sad what happened to me, like, like some of the stuff is super personal. I did not even want to like tell that certain things in the story, but I'm getting all of the things done that is about everything. I'm getting all of it done. Getting all of it done, and what? What? No, get out the way now. Don't shoot each other. Wait, what? Where's the, traitor? Wait, what? I don't even know what a damn traitor is. He's invisible. Okay, no. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put all the llamas. I know what I'm gonna do. But this, I'm actually gonna probably end up, like the last one, I cried pretty much. It doesn't tear down my cheek. But this one, I'm gonna, like all of them, I had tears about. But, well, my Bob Shoe, I got meet her, and I remember going in her, apartment, her retirement apartment, and I don't remember, she died from a very bad sickness, and that's what I remember, she died from a very bad sickness, and, she was, like, it was super sad because I really missed her. And she really, like, well, I remember that the last words I heard from her were, "I love you." I remember giving her a kiss on the cheek, and even last I saw her, she was sitting in her chair. She was sitting in her chair and watching TV. She was sitting in her chair watching TV, and that's how I remember last seeing her. And something that I last got from her, which I don't have anymore because they were dangerous, but people learned, I don't know if it was from her, but I got some. I think it was something from her, but it turned out to be dangerous. But she didn't know. It was like something that I really wanted at the time. Like they used to be super popular. Like there were those stuffed animals that had the what's it called? It was with the it was the stuffed animals with all the little with the it was those stuffed animal things with the lights they lit up and stuff, they lit up and stuff that they were but like there were these things that lit up if you pressed the button. Like the shell had shapes. And if you like the shell on it had some shapes. Some pretty crazy shape, like had shapes, and if you turn it on, it would be like a nightlight shaped thing. And I really wanted my Bop Shoe and she bought it for me. That was so I remembered her, but they were dangerous because it set a house on fire, one of them. And But it was something. It was some stuffed animal. It was some type of stuffed animal. I remember it was some sort of stuffed animal. Some sort of stuffed animal. He ended up my judge, but she gave me something to remember her, and I remember my mom was gonna, I don't know what I remember if this was a ghost story, but I remember that my mom was gonna go check because she was dead in there. I think it was from old age or something, probably not old age. It was like a sickness, but she didn't, or of old age or sickness or something. But and she ended up she just ended up at some point, like, she just was laying in her bed and sleeping, and she just died right then and there, and it was super sad. I was super duper sad because, like, and plus I never, and my mom said that my aunts were gonna be there to watch me while she went in and check on her, but that never happened. And I don't remember going to her funeral. And I remember that there was a teacher that I had, and she used someone's brother because this girl really listened, and she said, well, this, like, the girl who really listened, like, one of the best girls in the class, one of the best kids in the class, she said, oh, well, her brother just died, and that didn't stop her. She still works hard. Like, and that was horrible. Like, you brought up someone's dead person, someone's dead family member, just to prove off how good they work. But that was, like, so mean. Like, I would, like, burst into tears if they did that. Like, that's not right. Like, first you should have the permission to say that. I don't know if they had the permission. Probably not. And like, they brought that up. Like, and that is such a jackass move. Yeah, and I remember that the teacher, because I swore all the time, and she always threatened to tell the whole class that I swore. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, she thought that I would care? Well, think again, because I don't really care. Like, how, like, the teachers think that they could do whatever they want to the students when they don't, like, you should have permission from either the kid or the parent, mostly the parent. But no, just because they're damn teachers, they get to do whatever they want. They get to do whatever they want with the damn kid, because their parents left them, so they have to listen. And, like, it was just so annoying and such a jackass move. Like, essentially using someone's dead brother, or someone's brother who died, just to show off how good they work. Like, who does that? Who the bloody hell does that? Who the hell does that?